what the wet bulb effect actually is.
That's right, Sonia. It's already too hot for April. But let's just understand when it gets really lethal and concerning for all us humans. And that measure is called the wet bulb temperature. We saw that 13 people died of a heat stroke in Maharashtra. So let's understand what this wet bulb temperature is that indicates when the heat can be lethal for us. Well, this measure is a combination of temperature and humidity. It essentially tells us that at what level our bodies will be unable to cool themselves down by sweating and when they could be prone to heat strokes. The name comes from how it's measured. If you slide a wet cloth over the bulb of a thermometer, the evaporating water from the cloth will cool the thermometer down. So the lowest temperature that the thermometer can be cooled down to after evaporation is called the wet bulb temperature. For us, it is the lowest temperature that our bodies can reach when we are in hotter environments through sweating. So if this lowest temperature is also as high as 35 degrees Celsius, it is considered lethal and can lead to deaths due to heat strokes. Why? Because our body's own temperature is around 37 degrees Celsius, which is around 98 degrees Fahrenheit. And when the wet bulb temperature around us is also around that figure, then the sweat from our bodies is unable to evaporate when the inside and outside temperature is similar. And this temperature rises with humidity. In humidity, it's even harder for sweat to evaporate, like how all of us feel that in coastal areas. And sweating is a way, of course, for our bodies to cool down. And when the sweat evaporates from the surface of the skin, the temperature of our bodies comes down. And when that can't happen, our body can heat up to a dangerous level. Now, when does it get lethal? Studies say that a healthy person can only survive for 6 hours in the heat if the wet bulb temperature is beyond the danger mark. So it's extremely concerning for India, as a report by the World Bank in November warned that India could become one of the first places where wet bulb temperatures routinely exceed the 35 degrees Celsius danger threshold. Even yesterday, 2 areas in Odisha reported higher than the wet bulb temperature. So this is what we need to be aware of, what we need to keep ourselves protected from, and stay indoors and hydrated to keep ourselves protected.